everybody, welcome back to the channel for another not live. Well, I mean live while we're doing this, but not live while you're seeing this. It's already finished and done. Anyway, today I have a brand new, awesome superstar. They're all superstars. A member of my community, Mr. Brandon Lee. Brandon, you're newer in the community. How's everything going, man? How's tell us about your voiceover experience so far. Where are you from? What got you into voiceover?
Been good so far. It's only been about maybe 5 weeks. Had no experience in this. It's something that I've wanted to do for probably a decade or so.
What?
Yeah,
What's
it's always been my dream job, but I was just like, well, that can't happen.
This is what stopped me too. Like when I first got started, like I wanted to do voiceover forever, but I don't know. I just didn't think that you could like do it from home. So like, what did you battle with, and what was like finally tipped you into doing it?
Like you said, I just didn't think I could do it from home. I thought I needed to actually have like access to a big full studio and all this money to get started and acting classes, which will come in handy, but just like I thought you just had to build towards it instead of just jumping in. And I've always had multiple jobs. Just I always had like a side hustle, and I stopped one in August. And I was like, I'm bored. So
what was the side hustle?
I've been bartending for probably over a decade. I was a personal trainer for a few years. Yeah.
Personal trainer too?
I was a personal trainer for about 5 years. Then COVID hit. So I've done a lot. So I'm always busy. I always like to learn new things. So.
And you were just like finally, you were like, you know what, I'm gonna try this voiceover thing after your other side hustle stopped.
Yeah, I think I saw an ad or YouTube, and it was like, oh, voiceover from home, and I was like, let me see what happens. And I was like, oh. And then me being me, I researched the heck out of it for like 4 or 5 days straight, and I just bought everything.
What did you buy? What did you start with?
Luckily I had a spare laptop, so that was fine. But I got a desk for the closet. I bought my mic, my interface. I bought all the foam so I can foam up this room. And then I found out that I needed more foam, so I kept buying foam.
Yeah, that's the way it goes in the beginning. What kind of mic did you get?
The Rode NT1. It was on sale, and I was like, I know it's a decent one, so I was like, yeah, I'll start with this, just in case I back out.
It's probably the best one to start with because it's not like a huge hit to the bank account.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for a lot of people, it's not cheap. I mean, it's still like $250 or somewhere around there, depending on if you get it on sale or not.
Right.
But this is the kind of mic that you could do like national radio ads with no problem.
Right,
like it's
right.
a fantastic starter mic, and you could use it for like the first year or beyond, depending on how quickly you book work and how fast you want to upgrade. You seem like a guy who wants to upgrade.
Yeah. I've got some other ones in my cart.
$2,000 voiceover, studio breaks. All that shit. Cool, man. So you said you've only been doing it for 5 weeks. That's crazy. So how's it been going so far? Is it everything you thought it would be? Is it harder? Is it less work, more work? Is it fun? Is it like you're like
it's very fun. I did things would be a little bit easier. I was like, oh yeah, I can talk, but I didn't think about the commercial side of it. I was thinking about like the animation and the games, and I've always done voices.
That was easy?
I mean, yeah. I was like, it'd be easier to get into, and the commercial's hard. Just trying to be natural and stuff. It's very hard.
It is, but here's the thing, right? Like that's a misconception with video games animation as well. Like first off, video games is much more like movie acting these days. At the very bare minimum, you got to be natural, and then you got to put a character on top of it. And video games animation, in my experience, it is much harder to get into than commercials. That's why I always teach everybody commercials first, because then you can get the money from commercials, easier entry, take that, put it towards training for video games and animation and all that stuff, getting a demo and everything. But who knows? Everybody's story is different. You might get into video games animation and hit right away. So like I always never say never. I just talk from what my experience been. My experience is it's hard.
Yeah.
And commercials have been easier, but who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe you have the opposite. But let's work on this commercial right now, man, and let's see where you're at 5 weeks in. Let's see what Brandon has learned. So let's give people some background. Samsung Galaxy is what we're working on here. Why'd you pick it? Just for a script that came around, you were like, I need a script, let's pick it?
I did work on this one a couple weeks ago, and I just couldn't get the flow. Also, I did want to kind of work on, I guess, the sophisticated voice too. So I saw this one as being able to go 2 different ways. So I kind of wanted to get it like the technology, and then also like technology, kind of switch it up a little bit.
Okay, cool. I'm so glad you said that. Why don't you give me a data read to start with, meaning that you don't have to put any effort into it, just read it, just like flat all the way through it, deadpan.
Technology should work beautifully, so you don't have to think about it. The new Samsung Galaxy does exactly that. Stunning photos with just one tap, faster performance, and a battery that keeps up with your day. This isn't about features, it's about letting you create, connect, and share effortlessly. Samsung, inspire the world, create the future.
Great. Do you have a Samsung Galaxy?
Yes.
Ah, okay, great. So you like it.
Yes.
Do you think it's better than iPhone?
Yes, I'm Team Android, Team Samsung all the way.
Okay, so you are actually a tech guy as well, right?
Yes.
So, or you said you were in IT?
Yeah.
Okay, so is the Samsung actually proof to back it up? Is it factually better than the iPhone?
1,000%.
Really? What
Yes.
makes it better?
Um, just the features. The features they are years ahead. Apple will come out 5, 6 years later, like, oh, we've got this, and Samsung's had that for a decade or so. Um,
Interesting.
the camera's great. I actually bought a new camera last spring because we were going on an international trip. And I specifically was like, I want a better camera, so I upgraded my phone to a different Samsung Galaxy phone. I've never had any issues with it. I'm into like cocktails also, so I'm always taking food and drink pictures. It's hasn't let me down yet.
So that camera is great on
Yeah,
it
it's
as
a
well, right?
great camera.
You see how you just told me everything from your own experience and you didn't try to sell me on it, but I got kind of excited about it. And now I'm questioning whether I should have an iPhone or if I should upgrade to a Samsung.
Right.
That's exactly how you want to approach this script.
Okay.
You don't have to put a lot of effort in it. Don't think, high end or luxury or anything like that. Like I know like it's tempting to look at it and go, I want to do like a voice for this. But we'll show you how to do that authentically. But let's first get into it and just tell me about the Samsung Galaxy and take your time.
Technology should work beautifully, so you don't have to think about it. The new Samsung Galaxy does exactly that. Stunning photos with just one tap, faster performance, and a battery that keeps up with your day. This isn't about features. It's about letting you create, connect, and share effortlessly. Samsung, inspire the world, create the future.
Okay, cool. Not bad. Very natural. A little bit buttoned up. We can loosen up a little bit. So I want you to tell me again about why you think Samsung's better than Apple. And then I'm going to stop you in the middle of it, just like very shortly into it. So just tell me a bit about why else you think that Samsung is better than Apple.
Okay. Just like this says, like the battery, I always have a long lasting battery. I've got friends.
Hold on right there.
Yeah.
Watch how you said, it's like how this says it has a long-lasting battery, and I always think the battery, like you're emphasizing, I was exaggerating on it, but you would slightly emphasize certain words in order to communicate with me more.
Okay.
But when we look at the voiceover script, we're careful not to do that, especially when we're trying to be natural, which is a mistake because it makes it sound flat.
Gotcha.
So if you're thinking communication, right, and it's all a part of like how you feel about it too. When you're looking at this script, just to that first line, technology should work beautifully, so you don't have to think about it. Okay, cool. Now, what happens if you stress the word should? What happens if you stress the word you? Say that first line. Stress the word should and stress the word you in the second part of it. See how it changes.
Okay. Technology should work beautifully, so you don't have to think about it.
Great. Now it sounds like you're actually talking to one person because you said, so you don't think about it. And the way you put the emphasis on should, it almost makes it sound like you're talking about something else that doesn't work beautifully. Now, they may be throwing shade at a competitor like iPhone, but they also might not. What if you put the emphasis on beautifully? How does it sound then? And what if you take the emphasis off of you and put it on think?
Technology should work beautifully, so you don't have to think about it.
Right. There's totally different meaning behind it, totally different flavor. So with that in mind, tell me about why you love the Samsung Galaxy with these words. Just think about it for a second before you start, and just think about all the fun times you've had that you've captured on your phone, all the times you've captured cocktail pictures and all that, whenever you've had a good time, and just let it affect you. And then start, and then communicate to me. Forget about how your voice sounds. Don't premeditate it. Just let your voice naturally emphasize words as you're coming up to them, just to communicate to me.
Technology should work beautifully, so you don't have to think about it. The new Samsung Galaxy does exactly that. Stunning photos with just one tap, faster performance, and a battery that keeps up with your day. This isn't about features. It's about letting you create, connect, and share effortlessly. Samsung, inspire the world, create the future.
Dude, it was light years better. That was so good. That could have been the spot.
Yeah.
Now, the only thing I would say is as our face goes, so does our voiceover sound oftentimes. And all you got to do just to sound a little bit more approachable and friendly, it's a trick, but it works. Put a bit of a smile. It doesn't have to be
Gotcha.
crazy. It doesn't have to be crazy. And you don't have to like announce the crap out of it. You definitely don't want to sound like an announcer, but just try and say it flat with a smile on your face. You can't do it.
Right.
So a bit of that, but also notice how when I'm talking to you, sometimes I'll speed up a little bit, and then sometimes I'll slow down to make a point.
Hmm.
You can play with your cadence as you're going through, because right now it's kind of like all the same speed, and that's fine. They may want that, but if you play with the cadence and match how your natural cadence is when you're speaking,
Hmm.
it's going to come across as a lot more authentic.
Technology should work beautifully, so you don't have to think about it. The new Samsung Galaxy does exactly that. Stunning photos with just one tap, faster performance, and a battery that keeps up with your day. This isn't about features. It's about letting you create, connect, and share effortlessly. Samsung. Inspire the world, create the future.
You're gonna be just fine. That was great, dude. That was really, really good. I love it. You got to have that. You got to have that. Believing in yourself
Yeah.
in this industry. Okay, good. Now, if you want to make this sound more high end and you want to do it, what was the words that you're using? What kind of a read did you want to try and find?
I guess sophisticated, like not luxury, but
Great. I get you. Sophisticated.
mm,
So one thing you can do to, add a sophistication to it, exuding confidence.
mhm,
We're talking like Mercedes or something like that. One thing you can do, get a little bit closer to your microphone,
mhm.
slow your pacing down, and let it breathe. And you don't have to follow the punctuation. Have you done Dave's class yet?
Not yet, but I've got the book and I've heard the audio book. Yeah.
Dave Beeson, author of Authentic Commercial Voiceover, is the man. And get his book, everybody watching, if you haven't read it yet, Authentic Commercial Voiceover. So in it, he talks about how punctuation is garbage. You don't have to follow the punctuation. The punctuation is not always garbage. Sometimes they write it great and it goes with your natural flow. If it doesn't, throw it away. So you can put a pause wherever you want. Feel free to ignore the commas and all that kind of stuff. So if you're letting it breathe, like look how much time I take on that first line. And you don't have to copy me. I'm just showing you what kind of liberties you can take. Technology should work beautifully. So you don't have to think about it. You can take that much time. You can take more time. You can take less time.
Mhm,
You can put pauses wherever you want. So just get closer to your microphone, bring your actual speaking volume down a bit,
mhm.
and put a bit of a cocky smile on it. And
Okay.
then don't be afraid of silence.
Okay.
Let it breathe.
Technology should work beautifully, so you don't have to think about it. The new Samsung Galaxy does exactly that. Stunning photos with just one tap, faster performance, and a battery that keeps up with your day. This isn't about features. It's about letting you create, connect, and share effortlessly. Samsung. Inspire the world, create the future.
Good, good. We're gonna make it a little bit better. Don't like. It's great. I love that you brought your volume down, but you're being a little bit too careful.
Yeah.
Bring that cocky smile
I
back.
was holding my breath.
Yeah. Don't be
Okay.
afraid to breathe. You're afraid to like have breaths come in your microphone. They know they want you to be alive.
Okay.
Their breath is fine. They don't want you to sound like an AI.
Gotcha.
And also, what you can do, it's a bit of a trick. I like to do it, and you can only do it sparingly. But when you get to the part where it says stunning photos, when you say with just one tap, I want you to say just one tap, but enunciate each one of those words.
Okay.
So it comes across as just one tap.
Okay.
Just do that and see how it changes.
Okay.
But just to only do it there, because if you do it a bunch throughout the whole thing, it's going to sound like contrived.
Gotcha.
But give it a shot.
Technology should work beautifully, so you don't have to think about it. The new Samsung Galaxy does exactly that. Stunning photos with just one tap, faster performance, and a battery that keeps up with your day. This isn't about features. It's about letting you create, connect, and share effortlessly. Samsung. Inspire the world, create the future.
Dripping with sophistication. I'm going to buy some diamonds. Dude, that was great. Man, yeah, you're going to kick ass at this. Okay, listen, like you rocked that script. Like you pretty much could do whatever I was asking of you, which is really important.
Mhm.
And you've only been doing this for 5 weeks. Your growth is going to be like exponential. So where are you at right now with like the business part of it? Like, are you on Voices? You got your account? You're on Voice 123? Like what's...
I'm planning
where you're
on
at.
doing voices in 2 weeks, just because I know once you get the account, auditions start coming through. And I have a
Yeah.
wedding next weekend that I'm going to, so I'm like, I want to be available. So I'm going to give it the week after that. I've got 11 demos. I'm hoping to knock those out in the next 2 weeks to get about 20 more. And this actually helped because I had a couple that I wanted to do. I didn't want them all to be the same, so I was trying to switch it
Yeah.
up. So the sophistication one helped a lot. And I mean, after that, I'm hoping by end of October I'm moving. That's the plan.
Good, good, good. And yeah, one thing for everybody watching, when you do sign up to Voices, you don't just start getting auditions right away. You get a flood. Like you're going to get like within the first day, it'll give you all the auditions that are currently up and all the backlog ones.
Mm-hmm.
So you get somewhere between 50 and 80.
Mm-hmm.
Do them all. Because if you book one right away, it tells the algorithm that you're bookable.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to do it.
Right.
Very few people have done it on the first go, but if you can get it done or get a bunch of shortlists,
Yeah.
the algorithm will keep sending you auditions, and if you start booking, then you're off to the races.
Okay, cool.
And you can make it happen quick. So just be ready for that. And when you're picking your scripts to make into DIY demos, how are you just picking them randomly, or how are you doing?
It's a mixture. So I have got a few that were from ChatGPT and they were decent. I was on the iSpot TV and I basically typed some that I saw, and then Edge Studios, I got some from there. So I've got a big mix of things.
One thing you want to do, one thing that's helpful, is go through like each industry, look in the different industries you can find for, like if you go to Edge Studios, you'll go to commercials and it'll have them listed like fashion, I don't know, home care, healthcare, all that kind of stuff, furniture, like cars. Think about those industries, what products you use or what products you like, the ones that you know about. Because when you're making DIY demos about stuff that you actually know about, like this is perfect example of it. Samsung Galaxy. Not only do you know this company, you f***ing love this company.
Right.
So you don't want to be doing an Apple script,
Right,
not for
yeah.
your DIY demo. It's just competing with this, right?
Yeah.
And on the flip side, like, what's your favorite clothing brand?
I don't really have one. I'm pretty open. I shop at Kohl's a lot lately.
You do
I
what?
shop at Kohl's a lot lately. So-
Dude, do a commercial for Kohl's.
actually, yeah,
Exactly.
I'll look that up. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, that kind of thing. Where do you go for groceries? Do one for that.
Okay,
You know what I
gotcha.
mean?
Yeah.
That's the easiest way to do it, because then you'll have an actual real connection to it and people will feel that. And then it won't feel like a bland DIY demo. People will listen and be like, this guy's good.
Right.
People will ask you, is that a spot you did? Or
Right.
sometimes they just assume. I did a demo for what was it? Gillette. And I performed the shit out of them. People are like, man, you killed that Gillette commercial. I've heard it before. You were really, I'm like,
Yeah.
it's not a real commercial, bro. So like, never underestimate your subconscious and your heart. When you actually really like a product and you make a DIY demo, or even when you see that audition, you'll knock it out of the park.
Yeah.
But dude, great working with you one-on-one, man.
Yeah.
You crushed it.
Really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thank you.
No worries. Work as hard as you can at this, and the world's your oyster. I have no doubt in my mind that you're gonna have a future in this business.
Cool.
So thank you very much for doing this.
Of course. Thank you.
Everybody, thanks for watching. And if you're interested in learning voiceover, the links are below. Brandon, where can people find you if they want to connect with you on social media? Is that possible? Are you on there?
I am right now as myself. I don't have a VO personal media yet, but as soon as I get that, I will let people know.
Okay, great. Awesome. All right, everybody, thanks so much for watching, and we will catch you in the next one.